Hello everyone, I'm Phoenix Tremaine and this is my review of the Oval Episode 2, Unforgettable. Now before we begin, please take a minute to subscribe. If you have subscribed, thank you very much, really appreciate it. Please also hit that like button because every time you hit that like button, it lets Tyler Perry fans know this is a good video for reviews. Also, I'm going to ask you to join me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, because there I'm going to be giving you entertainment, news, information, and everything. So, check that out. It'll be in the description box, and, just check it out, see it. You can always see what I post. And if you like what I post, then go ahead and become a follower. I'd really appreciate it. So here we go. The Oval Episode 2 is called Unforgettable. I got my notes ready, and it begins with Nancy fights, but still loses Callie. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Nancy, especially when, Barry specifically told her not to let Ruth in, and for her to do it anyway. People like that who just think they know better and that they know right, no matter how you feel about it, they just kind of irk me a little bit. So straight out the gates, I'm not really liking Nancy very much. She spends most of the episode riding around in her car trying to find Callie, as if she even knows where to go to. Gail accuses Barry of assault, and Sam is forced to take Barry away for questioning. And then, his father's like, you can't take him. But, this is the first family. It's a huge incident, and what do you want them to do? Take him home just so they can arrest him at your house, or nip this in the bud now? So, he fought for that. Then we got some nudity. Was not expecting that for BET. BET Plus, I'm used to it now. BET, we got our first nude, can't call it a love scene because there's a whole lot going on with that. But this is where Lily discovers that Bobby is, I don't know if he's stalking her or what the real overall issue is, but he's been following her, tracking her. He knows more about her than she thinks. Later in the episode, he's going to show up at her house, as we saw in the preview for the next one. So her husband apologized to her, which made her even feel even worse when Donald apologized and said he understands her business is important too, and he's sorry. And she's in there half naked with a guy still trying to get some. But based on the credits for episode 3, I can understand why she went on ahead and got her some. Now Jason, the first son, so far all I'm seeing is that he's creepy dude grabbing ass at the inauguration. I was told that there's going to be a twist with Jason later, so I'm curious to see, is there more to him other than being a creep? Richard explains that his son was accused by Gail to Donald, who shows up with the president and the first lady and everything. They give him their applause, and then he was told that Sparrow, he didn't realize Sparrow was the first daughter. There's an issue with her, and Richard had to tell him what happened. And let me see, Nancy's still riding around, calls Sharon, and Sharon's like, come get me, we'll look for her together. Sharon is her son's girlfriend. Donald asks for a rape kit, and there's some huffing and puffing about that, but he's like, if this is gonna happen, we gotta do it the right way. Then Lily wants to get a new seat away from Bobby, because now she knows that he's up to something. He didn't snatch the cooch and then try to rob her, and as I said, will eventually show up at the house. But she wanted to change seats. Anybody who's ready to leave first class is definitely going to get someone in the back is definitely going to want to come to first class. So, I doubt she would have sat the whole flight with Bobby. Let's go. Lily wants to get to see with Bobby. The first lady calls Denise, which is Ruth's twin, and lets her know that she isn't the only one, that she's met all these different women over the years that have been his mistresses, and they're all the same. She tries to flush the president's phone, but he's like, it's waterproof. And I'm like, it wouldn't fit down the toilet anyway, but okay. Things that don't make sense. Now, I thought she would smash the phone. There were swords up on the wall. I thought she would take a sword and just shish kebab it. But no, she did something a little silly, trying to flush a phone. So, Hunter reads trolling comments to his wife to, let her know what people really think about her when she says that she should be the one who ran for president. And the comments are many of the same types of comments we heard about Michelle Obama, that, people you wouldn't even expect to say certain things out their mouth, at least not in public, did so. So, that was like a little real life smack in the face. Not to say she wouldn't win a presidential election, just that there would definitely be trolls trying to make things difficult for her. The first lady went and found out the truth from Gail, and she seriously reminded me, I can't remember her name in the episode 1 review, but she seriously reminded me of a combination between Veronica and Catherine, but in a good way. Veronica's just straight up evil, but at least the first lady has reasons to be upset the way she is. Clearly, her daughter is like a troublemaker that's constantly lying, and she's at her wit's end, and she just threatens to tell the truth. And some of us had those people in our family. They weren't bad people, but they got the job done. Donald warns Richard not to say anything about the incident, and there's clear tension between Donald, who's the chief of staff, and Richard, who's the head butler. I kind of saw that coming too, but now we finally get our first taste of it. Richard has an intense conversation with his son Barry about just letting it go, but my note for that was he should have been giving him some real talk, like many parents need to do with their kids. But he should have said straight up, look, they said if you say a word to anyone that you will be arrested and locked up. He would have got the point. But instead he's like, no, don't say anything. I'm like, tell the boy why he shouldn't say anything. Not just that they're powerful people, but look, they're going to drop it as long as you don't say nothing. They need this to stay a secret. He would have went, oh, okay, got it. But he's instead beat around the bush and went around the world. Donald warns Richard, Richard's intense. The police are no help with the kidnapping. The police come in, and just like on Ruthless, the police don't want nothing to do with the Rakadooshi. And as soon as they find out it's a custody issue, they're like, he just puts his pen away. He's like done with it, gave her a card. And, this is sometimes what also happens too when there are certain police that don't go that extra mile for you. And there's police that will, and will take it seriously, and will do that extra. As a retired fireman, I've seen police specifically help certain people more than other people. Same officer, but different attitudes. And so the police are no help. And then my gay vibe, the radar went off again. The gaydar went off again. With Donald and Kyle talking about, I just want to walk you home, walk you to your car, let me walk you. It was so in your face, like, hey, this is what it is. My radar is like, I know what this is. And then Richard and Barry had a second conversation about him not telling anyone without saying that there was a threat that he would be arrested if he said anything. Barry goes off on Sharon by accident because he comes home and finds out that his daughter has been taken by Ruth, and he immediately starts jumping down his girlfriend's throat, going off on Sharon about, you didn't want me to have a kid with another. His mother It's like it's me. It was me. You know, so yeah, awkward. But yeah, the mother done bad. So Bobby shows up at Lily's house, and she pulls a gun on him. And I thought that's pretty much where the episode would end. I thought maybe Donald might like come through the door, and they would be looking crazy upstairs. But nope, Tyler Perry he just went there, which I can really appreciate. And she actually shot Bobby, I think, twice. And then that's when Donald walked through the door, and seeing this guy that she just shot, which, like any horror movie or action film, she didn't aim for the head. In situations like this, you aim for the head. He followed me from the airport, and he raped me, because you can do a rape kit because it's in there. You know, do a swap real quick, and I'm guessing she'll probably be pregnant. Um, and then Donald walked in, and you know they showed the previews for episode 3, and I was just like, I'm right. I was right, because Kyle, seeming like a predator, is trying to touch Donald's face. I'm like, yep, knew it. There you go. And I kind of knew it would be him, because for some reason, uh, mainstream media just doesn't want to do black on black love. It doesn't matter if it's a lesbian or a gay person. That 9 times out of 10, when you see an interracial relationship in the entertainment industry, it's going to be interracial. Period. So as soon as I saw the awkwardness between them, I'm like, there you go, there it is right there. And you can see them have nots. You know, Jeffrey ain't one of the black boys. You know, I don't know what Landon was. Maybe it was Latin. I'm not quite sure if Landon is black or biracial or what the deal is. But if you want black on black love, you got to go to web series, and that includes, like, a lot of times that includes, I'm talking about true black romance. You actually got to go to YouTube and watch, you know, some pretty popular web series. And I ain't just talking about the gay ones. I'm talking about, you know, if you want to see black men and women and love and not stereotypical, us independent filmmakers are doing that, along with other stuff too. But that's my rant for this episode. Hopefully you'll join me for the next episode. Even if you've already seen the entire series, I know I'm completely late, but BET Plus has the entire season of The Oval on it, and I am binge watching it so that I can be ready for live reviews when it comes back in May. Thank you for watching. I'm Phoenix Tremaine, and I will catch you in the next video.